Yo, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm I'm feeling pretty good myself. I'm feeling pretty good myself. 10 minutes ago, I was not feeling good. I was feeling anxious. I was feeling worried. I was feeling stressed. I was feeling five other things that are negative. But you know what? I did some shit to take care of that. I was not going to let myself sit in discomfort and continue to feel discomfort. I tackled that shit head on. And that's the way you got to go about things in life. If you don't feel your best, do something to fix that right away. If you don't feel your best, change it. There's so many ways to alleviate stress. You just have to put in the work. And sometimes the best way to alleviate stress is to you have to kind of make yourself more stressed. So, say you're stressed about this big problem you have, and of course solving that big problem is going to be the most stressful part of the whole ordeal, right? Thinking about it and having it in the back of your mind, yeah, that's stressful, but actually dealing with the problem is like it's hard, it's scary, and you don't want to do it, right? But leaning into that stress and getting it out of the way, and then when you're done, you just feel so much better. You feel miles and miles and miles and heaps and heaps better. So I argue that really, if you want to be less stressed, make yourself stressed for a minute, right? Get yourself used to that stress. Get that stress over with, right? Deal with the stress. Get it out of your way. Get to something else. Get to the next thing where you don't have to feel as stressed, right? If you do the worst thing you have to do all day, then you can just enjoy everything else. You can be here, you can be present, you can be confident, you can be calm. It's hard. It is hard. Life is hard, right? Everyone knows life is hard. It's the corniest thing you could possibly say because everybody knows it, and it's just I feel like life is either hard in the sense that you work hard and everything uh you work hard to make life easy, and then you're still working hard, so life is hard in that sense. Or you don't work hard and life kicks your ass and it's hard in that sense, right? So you either have to work hard or you don't work hard and life is hard. But either way, life is still hard because work is part of life, right? But you get it, right? Work hard, essentially, is what I'm saying. Don't be the person that lets life be hard because it just kicks their ass over and over again and they've never prepared themselves for any of the situations that are coming. One of the things, here's something good. Here's something good I've been practicing lately. Something specific. That's like really specifically, it's really good for stress and alleviating stress. Something I've been doing is, so I'll get my notebook, my journal, right? And I'm not talking regular journaling. Everybody knows about journaling, but just after, like when you have a period of time where you don't really have to do anything, you have free time, just write down in your journal, ask yourself, what am I stressed about right now? What can I do right this moment to make life easier for my future self? So you do that, you wait a little bit, some answers will come to your mind, or maybe answers won't come to your mind, but words will come to your mind, and you just write those words down, write those thoughts down, and eventually, if you keep following that train of thought, an answer will come to you, right? Like you'll come up with an idea for how you can alleviate stress. So say you're writing down and then you come up with the idea, oh, I'm out of I only have a few pieces of clean laundry left, so something I could do to alleviate stress right now is just go do the laundry. That's getting one thing off your plate. One thing off your chest, right? That'll alleviate stress. You don't have to worry about the fact that you're not gonna have laundry anymore or anything clean to wear this weekend or whatever it is, right? something else. So that works, but I think I was going for a more specific idea. It's a new word that I learned recently called, it's contingencies or something, and it means possibilities, or like, it's like the bad outcome that's unlikely, but it is still possible, right? So say, here, I'll give an example. I don't have a car, right? This is my girlfriend's car. I don't have a car. But so I have a bunch of shit to do. I'm a busy person. I got wrestling, I got school, I got, am I not that busy? I got multiple practices a day. That's where the third thing is my other practice, right? And without a car, it's hard to make that happen, but luckily I have a great girlfriend who's very generous, lets me use her car. But of course, I still do have to worry, am I going to be able to use her car? Am I going to be able to make it to practice? Am I going to have to run 3 miles to get to practice? Right? I have, those things are on my mind. So I'm working to get my own car right now. That'll solve a lot more stress than the thing that I'm trying to say or trying to get to. But so what I wrote down in my journal, right? I was doing that, ask myself, what can I do to relieve stress? The idea I came up with was asking, first I asked, what am I stressed about? And the answer I came to is, I'm stressed that I'm not going to be able to use the car for practice this afternoon. And then I just got up and I was like, okay, I'll just ask my girlfriend if she needs the car, right? That solves the problem. That should alleviate my stress. Because, well, maybe she'll say no. Maybe she'll say I can't use the car, and then I'll have to think of another way to alleviate stress. But if she says yes, then the stress is gone, right? So I asked her. She said, I don't know. She said she doesn't know if she's going to use it or not. So then the stress wasn't alleviated. So I wrote down again, okay, now what can I do to alleviate stress? Then I thought, okay, I have the bike downstairs, or I have the bike in my basement. Now I just need to do, or to alleviate stress, I can do calculations in my head, figure out how long or what time I would need to leave on a bike to get to practice on time. So now that I knew what time I needed to leave, that got rid of a little stress. So I didn't like keep thinking, oh shit, I might be late. Oh, I might be late. What time do I need to leave? If I just know what time I need to leave, I can just prepare better, right? That alleviates stress. Then I thought, what else can I do to alleviate stress? Oh, I should check if the bike tires are full. Went downstairs, squeezed on the little tires a little bit. They were full enough. They were not completely full, but they're full enough. Then next thing I did was remind myself I had to refigure out what my bike lock was, or the bike lock combination was. So I did all those things, right? Planning for a contingency. Contingency was the key word. That's a possible outcome that's unlikely, but it could happen, right? And this contingency was that I wasn't going to be able to use my girlfriend's car. So what I did was prepared for the contingency. I prepared and planned out and made sure that in the case that the outcome I don't want to happen happens, I will be prepared. I will have a plan. I will know how to get to practice, even if I can't use her car. And I will know that my bike tire, whatever, they're full. I know the bike log, all that, right? So it turns out she didn't need the car. So I was still able to use the car. All that planning, it was not for nothing though, because I really do genuinely believe that getting that stress out of the way, if I hadn't done that and just hoped for the fact that she was going to let me use her car, I would have been stressed the whole time until she told me to answer, or told me that I was going to get to use her car. And that stress carries over. Even if I was stressed, so that was like 30 minutes or so before I found out. If you're stressed for 30 extra minutes, you're going, it's not like when you get told something that should alleviate that stress, it's going to just alleviate and drop down to where it would be, right? Or where it would have been. If you prepared well and got your stress down earlier, then your stress level is going to be lower than if you just get you don't prepare and then you get told that there was nothing to worry about the whole time. It's just how it works. It's just, if you keep yourself stressed, you're going to stay stressed. So even if the outcome or the contingency didn't happen, it was worth preparing for. It was worth preparing for, especially also just to make a habit of preparing for the worst. So you're never in a situation where you aren't prepared for the worst. That is incredibly important, and I've been overlooking that probably 90% of my life. I'm sure at different points in my life I was good at this and just, or I mean, at least trying this and decent at this, you know, but like not conscious of the fact or knew what I was doing. I was just doing it more naturally because I of course been a disciplined person at different points in my life. So this isn't something, I don't know, like I've had ups and downs, right? And this is another up, but I'm sure at some other point I've done this, right? But I don't know, it's funny how much I've neglected this, and it seems so simple to prepare for the worst. It seems like such a like cliche advice. I don't know why it took so long for it to click like that, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful it clicked. I'm grateful I could teach you guys this, because this is actually like good shit. This is important. This is important. Like this is one that I'm like, oh, I know I'm teaching a valuable lesson here, because this has helped me a lot. I'm much more confident in myself now that I've developed this skill. So get to it. Use that. Write that down. Write that down. Don't let that fall out of your head. Make sure to prepare yourself for the worst, for the contingencies. That's the key word. That's your new vocab. Get to it.